All right, welcome back to the Former Critics
Can't get rid of us.
podcast. You know,
Still kicking.
we're both on Claritin, I guess.
We are claried up and ready to tussle.
Yeah, honestly. And yeah, we're actually gonna fight to the death today about some movies.
About Eddington and Weapons.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like you hated Weapons secretly. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm putting it out there.
Interesting. Why? Why do you think that?
You're gonna be like, it was okay. I guarantee you're gonna say it was okay. It wasn't that good.
It's so not my opinion. So,
Just calling you
shall we
out.
start again? No, just kidding.
I'm gonna need you actually to read off like a 5-page MLA format essay about it.
You clearly don't stalk my letterbox like I stalk yours. Like I'm on yours every single day.
I know.
I know what you think about every single movie.
Because you like want to be furious.
Yeah, I'm literally I'm actively trying to get you to make me mad so I can yell at you.
You're like waiting for that moment.
I am. I don't think it's gonna come today. I think we're gonna be aligned today. Is my guess.
But apparently you said that you don't believe in global warming or something. I'm just joking. After heading to...
Don't cancel me.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, wait, actually, what movie do you want to start with today?
I obviously want to start with Weapons.
Okay. Right.
Can I say though, this is the perfect duo. Weapons and Eddington are the perfect duo of like modern day Americana fears. I feel like in like small suburbia, which by the way, completely not my take. That take is ice cold. That's been said everywhere on every social media, but it really like I saw both of these movies within like 3 days of each other. I think I saw like Eddington on Friday and then Weapons on Monday or something. That's such a lie, but
Right.
in a short amount of time. And they're both like they are really rooted though in like the fears that like modern day Americans have. I think.
Yeah, and that's gonna be part of my take about Eddington is gonna be. I think it's gonna make you mad.
Okay,
It has to deal with like kind of like the American part. But anyway, we'll start with Weapons.
I know what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna be so mad. If you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say, I'm prepared to let this Claritin beast out on me.
No, I don't know if you know what I'm gonna say yet.
Are you gonna say it was not woke enough? Be honest. Let's just cut right to the heart of it.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Are you going to say that
it's propaganda? No, I'm just okay. I'm joking because I know you always hate when I say that.
if you could walk away from Eddington thinking any of it is propaganda, then props to you because you're in your own world. That's what my response would be. You have such a beautiful mind if you think that.
Right. Like the movie. That's a scary movie now.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen that movie, A Beautiful Mind?
Nope. For the longest time, I got it mixed up with Silence of the Lambs.
Now that's a crazy take, actually.
Listen, I know. Can I tell you though that I saw Silence of the Lambs for the first time this year, pretty recently. In fact, we may have talked about it before.
What?
Fucking enthralling. Can we talk about that movie instead? Let's throw out this modern day garbage and pivot right now.
I mean, we can actually talk about that because I was gonna speaking of that, I was gonna make a video because I'm reading the books for this series. I'm starting with like the first one, and then I was gonna do a book versus movie comparison for them all.
Should I watch the next one? I think it's just called Hannibal or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
Because the story between Clarice and Hannibal seems so unfinished. Can I tell you?
They like don't talk about that like in Hannibal like, at all.
That's so
it goes
messed
like a
up
different
because
direction.
it's so like as completely enthralling as it is of a movie, because like I was just like I was so in it, like every
Yeah.
single scene. Like the moment where their two fingers touched, do you know when he's like in the cage and she's like, and I forget what he passes her a note or something,
Right.
and like her fingers touch, and like I was on the floor, like it like nothing really happened literally, but like it was so symbolic of like how close that he was getting to her and how much he was starting to like rub off on her. Like they don't make him like that anymore. Like I was so, it was incredible. But then it didn't really, that was like the climax of that, like
Right.
it felt like the relationship between Clarice and Hannibal was like the main point, but then they actually don't really interact in like the last act after that moment. So it felt uneven. It felt like a sequel setup, but then they messed. I don't know what happened with the sequels, but it's not the same.
Well, Silence of the Lambs is actually it's the second in a trilogy. Did you know that?
No.
The first one is Red Dragon, actually. Believe it or not.
Movie or book or both?
Well, technically, it's a like the movie, the book, like the books came before the movies, but the book is first, like the Red Dragon, and then I think that's how it goes.
What? Okay, was there a Red Dragon movie before Silence of the Lambs movie?
Good question. Actually, yeah. Well, there's a movie called Manhunter. I don't know if you've ever watched that.
Can't say I probably have.
With Brian Cox from our good Succession.
Succession.
He plays Hannibal Lecter in that, actually.
He'd probably be crazy at that.
And it's a Michael Mann movie, and it's from like the 80s, I think. But I'm pretty sure that's based on the story of Red Dragon. And then they made the Silence of the Lambs, but like they're not really like connected, I guess. Like the movies.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't really want to watch the sequel because like I was in the movie for the Clarice and Hannibal dynamic, and like if the sequel isn't about that centrally, I need that to be the central focus. Then I'm kind of like, then what's the point?
Julianne Moore is in Hannibal, I think.
I think I knew that, and she replaces the actress's name, who I forget, who played Clarice.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
But
yes,
I think she plays a different character.
I thought she played Clarice.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but I do
because I was
that
researching it. I think she plays Clarice.
Okay.
They just didn't want Jodie Foster, or Jodie Foster didn't want to come back, I think.
I just know that they're not like super connected. Like you're gonna be let down if you're like, oh, let's explore this more. I know that people had that kind of gripe with it.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I loved Silence of the Lambs. I thought it was incredible, and that scene near the beginning, when they're like when she's like in the jail visiting him, and like they're all like rattling in the cages and stuff. It's like so lifelike. Like I was so immersed, and it felt like cinema. It was cinema. You
honestly might like Manhunter, because it's more of like that speed, but it's kind of like, it's very like Michael Mann, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it does.
But Hannibal, I feel like Hannibal, you might also like Hannibal, but it kind of isn't. It feels a little bit cheesy. I remember rewatching that a little bit later after watching it initially, and it was definitely like cheesified.
I don't think it's as like high aiming as Silence of the Lambs was. It seems more like it was kind of just more of like an action thriller movie than like the epic drama that Silence of the Lambs was. So
yeah, and there's actually 4 books, I think, and there's technically 4 movies, but the 4th one is Hannibal Rising. But like most people don't even like know that movie like even exists.
Well, then there's also that show with Mads Mikkelsen, who we famously know from the movie Another Round or whatever it is.
Yes, that I like hated and you loved.
It's pretty good. It's a good movie.
But yeah, wait, what was that? Oh, it was just called Hannibal. Yeah. It's pretty good. That one's not bad. Not a bad show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's on my list, but like so many things are on my list, and like who gives a shit at this point? Like what's on your list? Like you just watch what you watch, and you don't want you don't. You know.
Actually, you have to follow a strict rule, with strict rules, and watch exactly what I tell you to watch.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've been watching more of what you tell me to watch. I fucking watched, what was that? Oh, The Ugly Stepsister. Thanks for that.
I'm actually surprised. Like everyone's like ranting and raving, talking about how great it is, and you're like, it actually kind of sucks.
It was really bad for me.
That's just a crazy take.
Keyword is for me, but it was bad.
Unfortunately, you're not allowed to have opinions away from the class here.
Oh boy, sorry, I'm just thinking about that movie and how much I didn't like watching it. Anyway, let's talk about weapons.
Okay.
Speak. No, I'm just kidding, sorry.
Well, Weapons is the newest movie from Zach Kreger, famous from Whitest Kids You Know. Our boy.
From Barbarian to me.
Right. And from Barbarian. This one I feel like is like a step up from Barbarian. I feel like he really did like a good job with this movie.
I think Barbarian walked, and Barbarian had a healthy walk, but so Weapons could run, and Weapons sprinted. And
I'm going to be honest with you, I did everything I could to not know a single thing about Weapons at all before we watched it. Like I saw some stills, and Ashley watched a trailer, and she was like, she started to kind of explain it to me, and I said, no, I don't want to hear anything. I just want to go in completely blind.
Yeah. So did you know even the basic premise, or you didn't even know about the kids?
I saw the kids in like a still, and then she was like kind of started telling me, and I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything.
Yeah. I knew. I watched the first trailer that came out, so I knew what it was about. It was about a bunch of kids from the same classroom disappearing. And I was like, okay, I'm sold. I don't need to know anything else, which I think more and more is becoming the best way to watch horror. Yeah,
true. Or just like movies in general. All the movies that I really, really want to see, I try to avoid all promotion about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning more toward that now.
And it makes me mad. Can we actually wait? Let's take it. This is not about weapons, but this is just about films in general and media. That new Yorgos movie just premiered at a film fest, and literally the day I didn't know anything about it. I knew the name, and I knew some people that were in it. I think I might have saw like some
Begonia?
stuff about it. Yeah, but the thing is that movie premiered at a film fest, and then there was people just posting spoilers, full spoilers, like photos, videos, whole synopsis of the movie. Like, I don't want to know any of that. Why are you posting that on your Instagram? You should. It's not out for everybody to watch. And I'm talking about like big media publications like IndieWire, and then there was like Vulture or not Vulture, Variety, I think. I don't know. One of them posted about it.
I'll be honest, I'm over it. This Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Yorgos Lanthimos, like, get the fuck over yourselves. You're not that great. And I know that's sacrilege because like everyone was obsessed with Poor Things. Poor Things I never really liked it. Like, it was fine. I liked aspects of it. I never really loved the movie, but like Emma Stone, I know you're listening. Pack your bags and go. Like, this partnership is so not exciting to me. It's like the least, in like it, like all the parts should appeal to me, and yet it just doesn't. Like, I'm so over it.
And you're an Emma Stone stan.
Exactly. That I'm saying, like, all the pieces should work for me, and it's just like, stop cranking out 3 movies a year. You know?
Yeah, true.
No one saw whatever came after Poor Things, that like triptych or whatever that word is. Like, 0 people saw it.
Kinds of Kindness, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I actually watched it. I did.
Was it good? Be honest. Emma's listening, but you have to be honest.
I didn't hate it, but I feel like it'd be like a movie that you'd be just like, I don't I don't know about this one.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking.
It was a little weird and like avant-garde, I guess.
Well, remember, what about the Lobster? Remember how we hated the Lobster? Like, is it closer to the Lobster?
No, this one's like even that, or Kinds of Kindness is like even weirder than that. I feel like
Cool.
like narratively, I guess I should say.
Whatever. It sounds dumb as fuck. I'll always love The Favorite. I think The Favorite was so good, but like I'm ready to walk away from Yorgos. At least like he's definitely no longer a theater draw for me. He's actually a theater repellent for me. Like I'll maybe watch some of his stuff on streaming.
That's a crazy take.
Listen, the world's gonna catch up. I swear. I swear to you, this will be the popular opinion soon. Probably not, but we'll see.
You're wild. But either way, it just makes me mad that people just share spoilers like as soon as like a movie premieres at like a film fest, and then you can't. It's just like, oh, the movie's already spoiled. Like what? I already get the whole thing. Like that wasn't even in the trailer or anything. Like none of the promotional materials were saying any of this. You just spoiled it all.
Yeah, that's annoying. I'm glad I didn't see that, but I also probably will. I mean, I don't know, but like the synopsis sounds actually pretty good. Like,
right?
I would watch Begonia. I'm not gonna watch the fucking kinds of whatever, but I'm not gonna. I might watch Begonia one day.
Right. Okay. But Weapons.
But
Julia
Weapons
Garner
is what we're really here for. Julia Garner, you did it.
I mean, I don't. I like Julia Garner. I think she's pretty good. I think she's a pretty good actress.
Can I tell you? I genuinely thought this was Emma Corrin the entire length of the movie. It was not until I looked it up afterwards that I realized that there are two of them.
What do you mean?
I just mixed up Julia Garner with Emma Corrin.
You're not. You're like, there's two of them.
There's two of them, and they look the same. Couldn't help it.
Well. Have you ever seen Ozark?
No, but I like one time never mind. No, I didn't see it.
You never saw Ozark?
No.
It's a good
listen.
show.
You do this every time. Netflix property. No, I haven't seen it.
Right. Okay. Well, that one is actually pretty good. It's not a bad show.
Yeah. I've heard it's very good. Yeah.
And she's in it. She's in it.
That's where she's from. She's good. I actually think that she's really good, and she was good in this. And I love how her character. Right. By the way, full spoilers off the bat, so just fuck off.
Right.
Like I love how her character like she started out a mess, didn't really grow in any way, and ended up the movie as a mess. Like I love the lack of growth for her character.
I like how I mean, yeah. Some of these people are like kind of like almost like bad people. Like almost like I feel like a lot of them like they have like good qualities, but like also like villain qualities. I don't know. But like you can still like gravitate towards them, I guess. Like you can still relate to a lot of the characters. Yeah,
there's empathy for all of them, and empathy is a big word that I'm going to be talking about in Eddington. It's actually more of an Eddington critique that bled over or analysis that bled over to Weapons. But I think all of the characters were really interesting. You know, I felt really bad for the principal and his partner who met the most unjustified fate of them all. But no, it was just like it was good. I don't know, it was good. It was always compelling. The character arcs between her and Josh Brolin was I liked seeing them unite. But yeah,
I liked that while I was watching the movie, I could feel and see the influences for the movie. Like when, because later on afterwards, like Zach Cregger did like an interview saying that he was really inspired by Magnolia and the movie Prisoners, and I was like, I felt like I felt like I could see exactly what he was talking about like those.
Well, you
influences.
love Prisoners.
Yeah. And I that's why I was like, there was just like certain scenes like where even if it wasn't like narratively, it was like visually almost like you could see parallels, you know?
Speaking of visually, we would be remiss to not mention the most famous shot of the movie, which is Josh Brolin in a dream sequence.
Right.
And he looks up and there's a giant AK-47 floating above his home.
Right. And it has the 217 on it.
Yeah. And I love how weird it was, how out of place it was. I love that Zach Kreger has on the record said, like, I don't really know what it means. It doesn't have one specific meaning. It just felt like it should be there, and you can just interpret whatever you want from it. I really thought, like, when that happened, I really thought that the plot of the movie was going to be, like, some weird kind of marketing tactic gone wrong. Like, I literally thought it was going to be, like, a marketing company is getting into people's minds to, like, advertise to them, like, in their dreams. Like you know what dream scenario wanted to be for 5 minutes?
Right.
And then, like, something went wrong and, like, they accidentally hijacked a bunch of kids by mistake. Obviously not even remotely close to what actually happened, but no, it was just, like, at that point in the movie, like, it was just so wide open, and I was like, oh my god, like, anything could fucking happen in this movie.
I saw a video. There's a podcast that Ashley and I watch called Intercut, and they mentioned that there is some, like, discourse, like, people talking about making parallels for the 217 number and, like, the gun or whatever, because there was, like, a gun control, like, bill or something they were trying to pass, and it got, like, shot down, but the number of people that, like, said no was, like, 217 or something like that, and it was, like, very recent.
Yeah.
So people were trying to make correlation between that.
Well, I think it's probably real. I think that's probably is a real correlation, and I think, like, he's been on record saying this movie is not about, you know, mass shooting and, like, gun violence and stuff, but, like, it's a movie where a classroom full of kids goes missing, minus the one outcast, depressed kid, and there's a shot of, like, a giant AK-47. Like, even if it's not literally about it, like, imagery wise, it's all there. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true. And I think I texted you this, but he, the one guy from The Whitest Kids You Know, Trevor, he's, like, one of the main cast of that show. He died a few years ago, but he died, and some people, like, there's, like, conspiracies about his death, because he was, like, a kind of guy that would, like, even, like, in the show, there was, like, skits that were, like, kind of questionable. Like, he had, like, a whole skit about, like, saying, like, you can, like, kill the president, and, like, laying out plans. It's just, like, insane. So people were like, oh, maybe he met his demise because of that, because his death was, like, weird. He just, like, it was just, like, he fell, like, mysteriously, and people were like, I don't believe that, because he was, like, tweeting a bunch of crazy shit. But also he died around the time of 2:15 a.m. And so that was, like, another correlation.
You said it was, like, his way to, like, cope with the death of, you know, his friend.
Yeah, and that was, like, I feel like that's a big part of it too as well.
But why are we're not getting to the main point of this movie, right? Like, the main point of this movie is this movie starts out horror movie, and it's pretty effective at first, you know, being kind of, like, unsettling and stuff. It becomes less and less scary as it goes, and by the end it is a full out comedy movie.
Right. Yeah.
It ends on a comedic note. It is so funny.
And honestly, with even he did that kind of with Barbarian as well, because he started the movie off and it was, like, very, like, tense and suspenseful, and then Justin Long popped on the screen and it was, like, comedy. You know what I mean?
And Barbarian, like, as kind of, like, as, you know, scary as the monster is, like, in the first act of Barbarian, like, it is presented full on horror, and then as the layers are unpeeled and we realize, like, what the Barbarian actually is, like, it's still horrific and gross and so unsettling, but it's also it's really funny. It's really funny, like, the code that this monster abides by and how it came. Like, it's not funny how it came to be, but, like, it's just like the way that it's presented is you know, it's definitely comedic.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I can see, like, how people would think that this Weapons is, like, very comedic. You know.
Well, what do you mean you could? What about the chase scene at the end? Like the
Oh,
crown
yeah.
jewel of this movie.
Yeah.
Like watching
The
that chase
climax.
scene. Yeah, like the climax. Like watching that scene of like, again, full spoilers. Like the witch is controlling the whole town, and like the little kids kind of break free from her influence and start chasing her through houses and through this. Yeah, I was watching this scene and I was laughing my ass off, and I was like, I am watching an instant classic. Like, this movie is an instant classic because like everything up until this point was good. This is great.
I agree. I really loved it. I actually thought Weapons was like it's one of my favorites of the year, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
that's high praise
not
from
much
me.
competition for me. I've gone to the movies, I think, 6-7 times this year, so like there's not a lot of competition.
We know.
But I think Sevens takes the Sevens. Weapons takes the cake for it so far. I mean, between that and Ugly Stepsister,
right,
neck and neck.
But
you're like, we know. Well, I'm just gonna fuck myself. Okay.
Fuck. And honestly, like I famously hate everything, so I actually like this one.
Yeah, you like it. What did you give on Letterboxd? Be honest, a 2.
No,
you're like, this is amazing. 2 stars.
No, I think I gave it a 4 or 4.5.
Yeah, that's crazy from you.
And I really liked it, and I thought like the climax actually was very effective, like especially with how gory it kind of was, like when they were like ripping her apart.
Yeah.
You know
what my take is, and I don't know if this is a hot take or not. This movie is Longlegs done correctly.
What the fuck? Ashley is gonna scream when she hears that.
A small town, mysterious,
Right.
maybe supernatural murder, an insane villain. Though I will say Nicolas Cage was really good in Longlegs, so I'm not taking anything away from his role or his performance when I say this.
Right.
I think they're both great. I love Gladys. I also thought Nicolas Cage himself was really good in that movie. So both equally good. But you know what I mean? Like they're
There's
both
parallels.
insane. Like Gladys, like even similarly with like the pale face and like the weird hair, and like Gladys is a different character, but like she's a lot more savvy and versatile, I think, than he is, and she's a lot more better at like manipulating social situations, I think, whereas Longlegs kind of like shows up and he's just fully a monster from the start.
True.
But and then supernatural twist ending. It turns out the crimes are happening because of some supernatural supernatural mind control curse, but it doesn't feel fucking stupid and dumb and terrible and embarrassing to watch like it did in Longlegs.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're right. There's like, I feel like there is like a lot of parallels between them because of like, especially the witchy vibe.
You strip away everything. It's like the core elements, as I just laid out, it's the same story.
And by the way, I'm basically doing the same kind of curse to you with like the stick and the hair and the breaking.
Is that why everything has been happening to me like this?
Actually, yeah.
God, I wish. Do you know how badly I want that to be real?
I have literally been doing that.
You just pull out the stick.
I'm saying.
You ring the bell. I just run out of there.
And you have to break the stick to break it free, to break free from it, you know? Isn't that how it goes? Or is it breaking the stick, it starts the curse?
It frees. No, what? I don't know. I don't remember. No, it
like
starts
that.
the curse.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever. And then I think the kid saves them by like cursing her instead.
Right.
Like she became the new target of the curse. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
It was very fun. It was very fun, and Zach Cregger is a good writer.
I will say in the middle. So this almost isn't a critique. In the middle, it did. There was a point where I was like, okay, like they were adding like the subplot with like the cop and then the drug dealer guy,
Right.
and I was like, okay, so
where's this going?
What does this have anything to do with the main plot? And like obviously like it eventually tied back to the main plot, but like there was a point like there was like a 10-15 minute sequence where I was like, can we get back to the main story, please?
Yeah. And but I felt like like what that led up to was kind of like a almost like comedic relief, because he's like this like crackhead guy is like the guy that solved the whole thing, like basically like figured it all out.
he solved it, but then he kind of like he didn't like it was still not Emma Curran. Oh my god,
Julia Garner.
I'm so embarrassed. No, Julia Garner and Josh Brolin who actually brought it home. You know what I mean? Like he solved it, and then it instantly became irrelevant. Did he die? I think he died, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because they were like
sucks.
Fighting at the end. And it was kind of funny because he kept coming back every
even
time.
Josh Brolin fighting him was just so funny. And the fact that it just happened like literally 6 times. Like every time it happened, like Josh Brolin would flip him over, I was like, oh my god, please happen again. And it just kept happening again and again and again.
And that kind of feels, that literally feels like a Whitest Kids You Know bit, honestly.
Yeah, I love how like it started out genuinely creepy, and there's like a scene where like the kid's parent like comes out at night as I don't
snipping
remember.
the
Julia
hair.
Garner, snipping Julia Garner's hair in the car, and that was so scary. That was like the peak horror, I think. And then it just gradually like it just gradually lowers itself in terms of being scary, but like gradually goes up with the humor and the slapstick, and it's just my god. I can't emphasize enough how funny the ending is. It is so funny. And then it's like this amazing tracking shot of like this girl who jumps through like 4 panes of glass, like through windows and like this door just to like chase and like on a technical level it's like just an absolutely incredible achievement of a shot. It's just so funny. That kid is so funny in her determination. Oh my god, I'm still laughing about it a month later. It is so freaking funny.
Do you recommend this movie to people?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I recommend it to everyone. Every person will enjoy this movie. Everyone ever. How
and
about you?
And honestly, like I feel like the box office kind of proves that.
Yeah, because it's also
it crushed.
I think 122 million just domestically, not even worldwide. I don't know about worldwide, but on like a $30 million budget.
Yeah. And
what's
crazy
every Disney
is like
movie to ever be released has like a $200 million budget.
Yeah. Did you hear that Jordan Peele was like trying to get the rights to this movie, and then
I almost wonder, was that a marketing tactic though? Because it was such a selling point for me, and then I remember like telling my friends like Jordan Peele try to buy it, and then you fire like it feels like I was being told a marketing tactic, and then like they brainwashed me into like continuing it.
You want to know what that is? If that's true, propaganda.
I turn off the camera.
I just blew your fucking mind. I just blew your mind because you're always like, propaganda doesn't exist.
I mean, first of all, I actually never said that. Second of all, yeah, I know, I agree. That would be propaganda.
Fuck. I'm just saying.
That would be propaganda. It's just, I understand propaganda exists. It's just I think the things that you sometimes point to as propaganda, I don't fully agree are propaganda.
Shit.
Me watching Mission Impossible, and I'm like, oh, time to go join the military. Yeah,
I think your blood is boiling right now.
I'm so mad. Did you see me handling this water bottle under my desk? I'm actually like, fuck.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah. But okay, yeah. Weapons, great
movie.
Now,
good job.
Eddington, on the other hand.
By the way, we got to bring Ashley on for more episodes. I feel like that was our best episode by far.
Okay. I'm sure she's gonna be down. Yeah.
We should just have a full third thing where like I can become She can become no. Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that.
But we can bring her on. I feel like it would add more spice to it.
But we gotta prepare. We can't just wing it. Like we gotta like be like we're all gonna watch this movie.
Yeah. And now that we did our first 2-hour meeting and we talked for 2.5 hours, we could just actually get down to the business.
Being crazy. Anyway, okay, we're gonna talk about Eddington, which you apparently fucking hated and thought was the worst movie of all time because it wasn't woke enough for you. Just say it. Just say it right now.
I just wish that there was more climate change denial in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Eddington. What is Eddington about?
What is Eddington? I mean, it's definitely directed by Ari Aster. We know that for sure, right?
Yeah.
It definitely stars Joaquin Phoenix and Emma Stone, for one.
Right.
Shout out girl Emma.
Before we talk about the actual movie, like the plot and everything, who do you think you are most alike in the movie? Be honest and open.
Be honest. Okay. I want to say, no, this is who I want to be. This is not who I am, who I want to be. I want to be that kid who's like completely radicalized to the left in the course of the movie, and then like shoots the Antifa, and then becomes like the what's that guy, Kyle Rittenhouse, that becomes like the liberal Kyle Rittenhouse.
Right.
It just becomes famous. I want to be him so bad. What a freaking like that movie arc, like we're getting straight into the movie.
Full
that character arc, like imagine that, like that is the best character arc for a side character like in a long time that I've seen. Just amazing.
Wait, well, I mean, yeah. Should we just get into the plot, like the full plot?
No. First you say your character, and I already know who it is, by the way.
Wait, why? You say
it's gonna be the girl who arranges all the protests.
Why do you think that? Fuck. Why do you think that?
Because that's just you. That's just how you act online.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Because it's just the outrage. It's just the outrage of you know.
Just. Yeah, I'm the guy like organizing the climate change protest.
Yeah,
you know?
But you're
because
protesting?
Of you.
Okay. Right. Okay. Wait, no, but really, who are you? Who are you? Be honest. Be honest.
You're so funny. Probably. Actually, I feel like everyone's like despicable in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Probably like the one kid's dad after he comes home, the one kid that's like a protester or whatever, and he comes home and tells his dad.
And he's like, "Are you a fucking R word?"
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so I'm the kid. You're the dad who called. Great, thanks a lot. That's his one line, by the way.
Yeah, in the entire movie.
Okay, now that that's established, you insulting me. Is that your way of insulting me? Somehow?
No, that was a dog whistle. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, because I feel like that's how I would like feel at like everyone in the movie, because I feel like everyone in the movie was kind of like, I like hated them all. They were like all villains to me.
You would literally be protesting. I can't even believe I'm hearing this right now.
I would go there if you were there.
Wink. That was okay, now we can talk about the plot. Now that we've said something that made absolutely no sense to the people who don't know the plot, let's get into the plot.
Right. What even is the plot? Like, it's about this guy who's like a cop, a sheriff. During COVID.
So yeah, it's a COVID period piece, which thank God we needed that, right?
Did we needed that. Actually need that?
No. And then it kind of like, here's what I think. I think it kind of like it's satire.
Yeah.
Right. It's satire to like all the political turmoil and the social turmoil of that specific, like, you know, like 7-month time period or whatever, however long that entire like hellscape lasted.
Yeah.
But then it just like, and here's the thing, like I was on Letterboxd and I heard people saying like this movie is way too apolitical, it plays both sides.
Yeah.
Wrong. It is the most hardcore. I don't think I've ever seen a movie make fun of the right more than this movie. This entire movie is a nightmare sequence that's making fun of what they think the world is like.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like there was only like a couple of scenes like where they weren't trying to do like where they were trying to do the opposite, but like I don't think it was like full blown like that was like the whole point of the movie, like with like the dad saying that response to the kid after he explained his whole like journey doing this like protesting thing.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was like because I did see a couple of comments where people were using that as like the example for why they thought it was more apolitical or like kind of making fun of like the left side of things.
Yeah, but it's like 1%. Like they made like a couple one-line throwaway jokes making fun of the left. Like sure, yeah. But then the whole movie, the whole plot is making fun of the right.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, like the main character is like full blown. Like right wing.
Joaquin
like,
Phoenix.
I don't want to wear a mask. Masks are stupid. Vaccines are stupid. Kind of vibe.
And then the whole. So I like how you're like, "What's the movie about?" And we just instantly start analyzing the themes without saying what it's about. But like the whole thing is like, okay, like Joaquin Phoenix is a cop in a small town, refuses to mask up. He's super like he's upset with the mayor, who is obviously played by Pedro Pascal because he's in every movie. Who's like more of a liberal guy. So Joaquin Phoenix starts to run for mayor, and then there's kind of like a cute like like rivalry kind of election, like building up to this election thing, like against all this political turmoil. And this was like the first, I would say, hour or so of the movie. And at this point, I was like, is this all there is? I was like, is this like Ari Aster, like the man I know? Are you choking, by the way? You just can't handle a political analysis. Just kidding. The man I know would not direct a movie this straightforward. So there was a point where in the first hour I was like, this is good, but like this is kind of disappointing.
Right.
But then the whole thing just escalates, and it's not even a gradual escalation. It's just
it gets like right into the escalation.
It goes from 0 to 100 and then 100 to 1,000 with like nothing in between, essentially.
And like I feel like I don't know. I guess like okay. I like the fact that this movie is like kind of like a modern Western, and like if you actually watched old Western movies, you would kind of get the themes, like especially at the end where like there's a big shootout happening in the town and like people just kind of coming out of nowhere. Like that kind of felt like very like the good, the bad, the ugly kind of vibe. With like Clint Eastwood, it felt very that, and I like that about it. I like that he like kind of modernized that theme for the movie.
Yeah, but I never thought
good
about
storytelling.
it like that. But yeah, it absolutely is a modern Western, and like at the beginning with two guys who are like kind of competing over turf, like split by ideology.
Yeah,
and building up to like the most over the top and unnecessary shootout. Like it was so unnecessary, but I
was like, what the fuck is that? I had to turn it down because it was like we had the audio. We watched this at home. We had the audio like blaring.
Yeah.
And because the dialogue was like kind of low, and then it got to the shootout, and it's just like, and we're just like, oh my god.
And that's like fucking half an hour.
Yeah.
It truly never ends.
That was a wild shootout.
Joaquin Phoenix is married to Emma Stone, who like obviously she's in every movie too, and like she's like I don't really want to like she's got issues. She doesn't really go outside. She's been through a lot, and like this election is putting a lot of strain on her. And then like he starts talking about her publicly, and like she goes through a lot, but at the same time she meets like, is this guy played by Austin Butler?
Yeah.
Is that who I fear it is?
Yes.
Austin Butler is so quickly becoming the millennial Jared Leto.
Like, you hate him?
How do we get off this path? I don't know. I don't hate him because he's giving me no reason to hate him. I hate most of the roles that he plays, and I
Right.
think honestly I think that's part of what built to like the Jared Leto like dislike is because he takes on such unlikable roles.
Yeah.
But Austin Butler, buddy, take on a likable role. I swear to God, because he's just so insane in all of his shit.
It felt like he was trying, like, Ari Aster was trying to satirize like a Russell Brand almost kind of vibe with Austin Butler to me.
I think I got QAnon, but like abstractly.
The thing is like Russell Brand is like that now. He's like very like kind of cult leader vibes, like talking about all this like crazy QAnon stuff on his on his YouTube. And
literally
like
whatever.
I feel like in the movie like they took it to like a different like non-reality way, but it was like some of the parallels to me, at least that's how it felt. That's
no, it was definitely like taking a reality and like stretching it and like making fun of it, and making it like so over the top. But that's what the entire movie is.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, true.
So the first half is kind of just building tension between Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal, and like it's good, but it's like I think like having seen the full thing, having seen the full vision, I wonder if there's a way to edit it so like the first half is like a bit shorter, because it is
we don't need the 2.5 hour long.
It is way too much setup.
Yeah, I agree.
And there was a point like we were decently into the movie where I was like, this has to be going somewhere, right? And like it did, thank God, because like eventually Joaquin Phoenix kills Pedro Pascal, like kind of frames someone, frames I thought like the protester first, the protester girl at first, which was so funny.
Yeah.
But then it just keeps escalating, and then like how to even explain the ending? I guess it's like the embodiment of Antifa shows up and starts destroying the town of Eddington or something, but it's like it's not. It's like it's all what someone who is like Joaquin Phoenix like imagines Antifa is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So just like completely masked figures who like you don't want to like destroy, like bring down civilization and like anyone who like isn't like progressive and you know super small town like
yeah.
I mean Eddington couldn't even have been a conservative town if they had a liberal mayor, but whatever.
Right. Yeah, I just felt like it was like very satirized, like parodied.
Yeah.
But
it was just so over the top and such a funny escalation. Like I love the movie, but only because the second half like does so much of the legwork.
Yeah, they probably should have cut this movie down a lot, and that's just my gripe with a lot of movies. So there it is.
Yeah, is that your critique of it?
That is like a big part of it, because like, what do you mean it's 2.5 hours?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I agree with that. I think that's a perfectly reasonable take. It definitely didn't need to be that long.
There was just like a lot of BS that I felt was like kind of dragging the movie down a little bit, or like it could have been like you could have just had one of these scenes instead of like 5 of these types of scenes.
Yeah, and like even the party where like Pedro Pascal's having a party and Joaquin Phoenix goes and he turns off the music and it's like it's a back and forth. Like it's at that point where like because that scene was filmed with such a weight as if it was going to be like a transformational thing, but ultimately like nothing really changed. And like I honestly like wonder if you can just cut that scene altogether and just like cut to like what the movie really is about. True. And get there, but yeah, it's just like it's very Ari Aster in the way that it plays on like real people's fears and like you know not in a way that's like ooh spooky monster, but like the stuff that's really happening, like the QAnon thing that Emma Stone falls
like stuff actually happening in the world, and
like you know the racial division with like the one black cop in the city, and like you know like him being in on the Antifa. Which, by the way, speaking of that, like some genuinely terrifying shots at the end too, like when it all goes to shit. Of like when that black cop is like has his mouth taped shut, but he's like trying to warn them not to come any closer because there's like literally minefields. Like when it cuts him in that close up, like it was like Hereditary terrifying.
Right. Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah. And I thought honestly, like the second half of the movie was really good, kind of ramped up.
And then it had like he goes home and there's a scene of like Emma Stone in the darkness, and like it again gave me like Hereditary because it was just like so creepy the way that
I like framed. How like he was like getting so sick throughout the movie, like with like COVID. Like that's kind of like what they were insinuating. It felt like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it had to be. It was pretty funny.
And he's just like, I'm not gonna wear a mask, and I'm not gonna do this, you know.
And then just how embarrassing his fate was, and just like how he was just a complete vegetable because his brain got blown out, and they saved him somehow.
Yeah.
And he was living with, I guess, Emma Stone's mom, but his mom got in a new relationship, so he was like sleeping in the bed, but like while they were the actual couple in the bed, it was just so weird. Just such a true condemnation of a fate.
True.
And yeah, oh my god, like Ari Aster, like it was not unclear how much he despised like the character and like that type of person.
True.
You know.
True. And I mean, yeah. So you know,
funny.
When you're saying that, it does make you think like, how could this be apolitical when that's happening?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Just because it had a few jokes aimed at the left, doesn't mean this is an apolitical movie. Because I saw reviews on Letterboxd, and I'll be honest, I thought this was like the direction you're leading toward, where like people were like, it's dangerously apolitical, and you can't take a side, you can't take this kind of stance with COVID and when lives are on line and stuff. I was like, oh my god! I was like, people like this are what he's making fun of in the movie. Who like can't take a joke and are just so serious about everything. Like this, I've never seen a movie make fun of the right more. And you're gonna say that like it's dangerous to make fun of the left like that? No.
Yeah. People just like don't get it. You know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's what the movie's about. That's what the movie's about. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was
basically
great.
You have to come listen to the former critics, or you don't get this analysis elsewhere. I said what I said.
I think we were beaten to the punch. Let's be honest. The movie came out 2 months ago, and we're just recording now. I think we were probably beaten to the punch, but
well, I mean, true, but like at the same time, who's getting this analysis between me and you? No one. This is where you would go, you know.
Yeah.
Between two former critics who are basically also critics at the same time.
I mean, we're just fully critics at this point. It's just like we kind of used to be like professionally. Now we do it for fun.
And now I just critique everything. You know.
Yeah, you're just a hater. But yeah, no, Eddington, awesome. I think these are probably my 2 favorite movies of the year so far.
Well, okay, I wouldn't say that Eddington was one of my favorites of the year, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad watch.
Yeah.
Sorry, my audio went down. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's good. It's definitely flawed. I think out of his 4 movies, it has the most obvious flaws, right?
Yeah.
But the payoff was just so worth it for me. Like
True.
it won me back so hard.
Well, should we wrap it up or what?
I don't think we can stand each other for another second.
How we should come up with like a way to like end our show, like with like a big saying or something, you know?
Like scream at each other. There's a podcast I listen to called oh my god, I don't even know what it's called. But they always end, Seek Treatment is the podcast. It's really funny. And they always end like, it has nothing to do with the podcast, and like, and remember, when a heart break, it don't break even. And they always put like a different inflection on it too. And it's just like, why are you referencing that one random ass song from like 2003 or whatever?
Should we just end our podcast like that and just steal their bit?
We're just gonna thank you, Secret. And remember, when a heart break,
It don't break even.
yeah. Bye.
Bye. Fuck.